What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday's weekly report, or weekly Wednesday's report, however you want to say it here. And instead of going over TCG news, we're actually going to go over some new games that are coming out for Pokemon in 2016. I know there was some new break cards released and stuff like that, but we'll save that for next week, so that way the episode will be longer next week. And I've actually never covered any kind of Pokemon game announcement, so I thought, why not take a shot at it, see what happens here. If you can let me know if you like it or not. But there is kind of 3 games that have been announced for Pokemon since what, a couple months ago, maybe less than a month ago. What was this, 4 weeks ago? So yeah, a month ago. So I thought we'd go over them and talk about them and see what everybody thinks about them. Now, the very first one is the Pokken Tournament, releasing for Wii U worldwide in spring 2016. Now, Pokken Tournament at first was just going to be released in Japan on the arcades, and then they slowly brought it over to America. I'm pretty sure they were like at Dave & Buster's, or they might be at Dave & Buster's. I'm not even sure if they're installed yet at Dave & Buster's. I don't have one near me, so I don't know if they are there yet or not. But Pokken Tournament is a fighting game, a fighting Pokemon game, and we've never had anything like this. I mean, we've had like Pokemon Stadium and Coliseum, which is kind of close, but this is actually, playing a fighting game like Mortal Kombat or Soul Calibur, Tekken, all those fighting games, but it's with Pokemon instead. And you can see some of the pictures. There's a Blaziken, there's a Lucario. It looks like it's Mega Evolving or something. There's another Lucario. There's a symbol for Pokken Tournament. There you can see the Pikachu Libre that is coming out for it. And there's another Pikachu Libre right there. I guess they're releasing special edition stuff just for the Pokken Tournament. And there it is, the Spring 2016 Worldwide trailer. And this is actually announced at Worlds that Pokken Tournament will be released for Wii U worldwide in Spring 2016. They also announced that Pikachu Libre will be a playable fighter in the game. Players can also play the arcade version of the game at Worlds starting today. Now, if you didn't know, at Worlds, they did have a couple arcade machines, like it says right there. They can actually play the game, which I actually didn't have enough time to play it. I was, in the tournament playing and hanging out with friends, and I just didn't feel like waiting in line to play Pokken Tournament. But I was a really big fan of Soul Calibur growing up, so hopefully this game is kind of like Soul Calibur, and I guess this will be one of the reasons I had to buy a Wii U. I personally don't own a Wii U right now. There's not a lot of games that I consider to be, I don't really want to play right now. But Pokken Tournament could change that. Maybe I'll buy a Wii U just for that. And, I'm excited for Pokemon Tournament. I'm excited for, a fighting Pokemon game. It's going to be interesting to see what all Pokemon are going to be there. Hopefully Shaman will be on there. Probably won't be. I can't see Shaman fighting. But, they put Pikachu on it, so why not put Shaman on it? Or Celebi, Celebi could fly and beat people up. Either one I'm fine with, as long as Shaman or Celebi in there. So this is the first game we're going to talk about. And down below, there is a little trailer here. And down below in the description, I'll have a link to all this. If you want to check them out here yourself, you can go over that. Down below in the description, check all the stuff out. Now, next up, we have Pokemon Go. This was announced last week, and a lot of people are really excited for this. It's probably one of the biggest announcements for Pokemon in a little while, besides the Pokken Tournament. Now, this is going to be an augmented reality. We actually go across, maybe in your area, you can see certain Pokemon walking around. You can capture them. It's actually, you use your phone to see them. We'll go over some of this stuff. If you want to read all this, let me know. Down below will be a description, link to this, so you can read them all. They've been working over 2 years. They're showing a trailer. This is a trailer. Once again, it'll be in the description down below. The promo shows a wild Mewtwo appearing in a city and a bunch of people running over to battle it. So it seems like, I'm not sure how it's going to work. Obviously, it's brand new. We don't know anything about it. But maybe they'll have certain places where you can only capture certain Pokemon. In the video, they're in Times Square, and they actually are all running together to go capture Mewtwo. Now the thing is this like a event for worldwide, like anybody can do this, or is this at big cities? Like, will this be in Los Angeles or Miami or Dallas? Like, will they have multiples across the world maybe, or will it be at one event where you actually have to fly somewhere to catch a certain Pokemon? It's going to be interesting to see how that happens. Maybe at Nationals and Worlds they can make it recapture a certain Pokemon with a bunch of people. Now it does show like a group of people taking it down, which is pretty interesting there. Now they will be available on Android and iOS, and it is free. They're working with Niantic. They made a game called Ingress with Google. If you want to read more about that, click this. This is actually an augmented game, like I said, and that was Ingress was our first thing there. This is where it just talks about a little bit more about their environment. You can go around, and it says, imagine discover Pikachu hiding by the Eiffel Tower. Junichi Masudu also worked on the game. I'm pretty sure this is Masudu's first time actually working with a Pokemon mobile game. They do have a couple mobile games. My favorite right now is Shuffle. If you haven't heard of that, make sure you check out Pokemon Shuffle. It is a great game. But it's gonna be nice to see Masudu actually working with the game there. People can capture Pokemon and Pokeballs, trade and battle them. Once again, in the video, you can see them fighting at a skate park, which is pretty interesting. It looked like there was like a 2-on-2 battle. It's gonna be interesting to see if you could tag up with somebody and battle like a 2v2, which would be pretty cool if you can like have a friend battle with you against two other people. That could be something neat. This 2016 is the 20th anniversary, so it seems like they're bringing that out for that. Now, Pokemon Go is free. I'm not sure if I said that or not, but there'll be a wearable device for Pokemon Go Plus where you don't have to stare at your smartphone the whole time. Basically, it vibrates when you're near a Pokemon. It uses your Bluetooth and your location service to see where you are, and if you're near somebody, it would actually vibrate your little Pokemon Go Plus device. It uses LED lights and vibrating, so it doesn't consume too much energy. They created a device so players would be able to pay attention to their surroundings without being glued to their smartphones. Because if you have your smartphone around, you could easily bump into somebody. But hopefully, with this Pokemon Go Plus thing, you can actually just your thing will vibrate whenever you're near somebody. The device is optional, don't worry. Miyamoto, who's from Nintendo, also worked with the game, so that's great there. He said he's thinking about Pokemon Snap when he developed this game. And, man, I wish they'd bring Pokemon Snap. If they brought Pokemon Snap, if they said, alright, tomorrow we're bringing Pokemon Snap for the Wii U, I would buy Wii U, like, instantly. So, hopefully Pokemon Snap 2 will come out. Pokemon Go Plus can be clipped to anything. It uses location-based technology. Collaboration, all this stuff. It is free to play, but there will be in-app purchases. Maybe you could buy like a Great Ball, an Ultra Ball, Master Ball to increase your odds of capturing a Pokemon. I'm not sure what else could be there. And then, they had an April Fool's joke back in 2014 with Google, and we'll go over that here in a second, but there is the watch right there, the little vibrating thing. And this is what actually the game kind of looks like. We don't know much too about it. At the end of the video, they show maybe 2 clips of the game actually being used. Now, when you watch this video, there's a lot of stuff going on here, but it's actually not the real game. I know it's hard to believe. I think there's Pokemon jumping out of the water and stuff, but it's not actually what it looks like, and it's going to be interesting to see what it really looks like here. Now, just a second ago, I was talking about how Pokemon offers a April Fool's thing with Google Maps, and the videos are very similar. As you see right here, this is the little on this little Google Maps. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse right now, but in the middle of the Google Maps there, between Pokemon and Challenge, there's a little red thing there, which is just like the Pokemon Watch that we see down here. If you see this Pokemon Watch, it is right here. So they actually that's proof that they've been working on this for over 2 years. But when this came out, the trailer was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is really cool. But obviously it was April Fool's, and this is what the game actually looked like. You kind of clicked wherever you want to be, and you actually found Pokemon that way. You didn't even have to really capture them. There's 150. It was pretty easy to do. But this game was pretty much a letdown. But like I said, it was an April Fool's prank. But hopefully, Pokemon Go has been in creation for over 2 years. It says it right there for 2 years, and Nintendo worked on it. So it'll be interesting to see how this game really goes. It seems like a lot of people are putting forth the effort and trying to make this. Pokemon's trying to make a dive into the smartphone game by making these games. I mean, Pokemon Shuffle is a great game. So Pokemon Go will be another great addition to the smartphone community there, which I'm excited for, and especially since it's free. Alright, so the next up, we talked about the Pokemon tournaments, okay? So we know this is true right here. We know Pokemon tournament is true. We know Pokemon Go, the augmented reality, is true. Now, next up, we're going to start talking about some stuff that might not be true. And this is Pokemon Z. And this actually stands for Zygarde. Now, Zygarde has been getting a lot of stuff revealed through Core. Now, Core is basically like a Pokemon magazine in Japan here. Now, if you notice, there is all these different stuff here. Zygarde and all these different combinations here. Basically, what you need to do here is, around the region, you can collect multiple cells here. I'm not sure if this is talking about the anime or what. Right here it says the descriptions imply that there's a specific number of Zygarde cells that can be found throughout the region, and collecting all of them will result in Zygarde's final form. The form is called Zygarde Complete Form in English. Now here is the cell here, just a little cell. It's not really a Pokemon. When you start collecting some Pokemon, there is the brain. It can start communicating with other cells via telepathy. Next up is the 10% form. He looks like a Pokemon, kinda now. Looks like a dog, basically, and this is 10%. It can travel over 60 miles per hour. It can defeat enemies with its sharp fangs and incredible speed. Now, next up is this Zygarde form. Now, before this announcement, everybody thought that this was what Zygarde looked like. Nobody actually seen what, the complete form looked like. And this is what nobody's like, oh, this is Zygarde. This is what he looks like. But this is actually only the 50% form. It just maintains the local ecosystem, and like I just said, until recently, this was the only known form of Zygarde. We didn't know about any of these others here. Now, here is a Zygarde complete form. Now, it's really funny because this whole thing reminds me of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Now, if you look at all this stuff, that's how Cell kind of began from Dragon Ball Z. He kind of like evolved over time here, and maybe Pokemon's fusing with Dragon Ball Z. Some people said that the Megas remind them of Digimon. Maybe this complete form is them combining with Dragon Ball Z. I'm not sure. It actually looks like a Genesect on his body. That's really funny there. But this is the perfect form that Zygarde takes when the core gathers 100% of the cells. When the ecosystem is under threat and the core concludes that 50% of the form will be unable to deal with it, the core takes the place of the complete form. The power is said to be greater than the legendary Pokemon Xerneas and Yveltal. And this makes me think that, there's going to be a Pokemon Z. I don't think there's been an announcement of this. If there is, and you're like, Josh, what are you talking about? There's Squeaky, Josh Squeaky, whatever you call me. They have announced that there is a Pokemon Z, but I haven't seen anything of that. So I'm pretty sure the Pokemon Z is going to revolve around you, going around the region, collecting cells, and then eventually making the complete form. Maybe the 50% form, and then maybe like Team Flare, I think that's what it's called, that one. They're destroying the ecosystem, and you take your 50% form and evolves into complete form, and you beat the game that way. And next up is Ash's Greninja takes on a Mystery's new appearance in the last season. This is actually with the anime. Most of the stuff is with the anime and the movie that is coming out. I'm pretty sure it's just an anime here. As you see right here, it says the Pokemon ZY and X, X, Y, and Z. There we go. I don't know why I was studying there. But this is the trailer here. It actually said X, Y, and Z, as we see Z. So I'm pretty sure they're going to make a Pokemon Z game. I just don't know when it's announced here. And like I said before, if you want to see all this stuff, read more about it, it'll be down below in the description if you want to see these videos. The only one that doesn't have videos is this one, but I'll still have it just in case if you're reading more about it. But last up, we're going to talk about Cerebi here. Now, Cerebi is something I've never covered before, but it was actually the website that kind of got me into Pokemon. It was something that I checked out every day. Before I knew about Poke Beach, the Poke Gym, 6 prizes, 60 cards, Hey Trainer, before Verbank or Hey Fonte, whatever you want to call it. Cerebi is what gave me all my information. Now, Cerebi is more of a kind of like a gaming website. You see right here, they have these are little things you can download for your DS here. There's a Pokemon 151 Mewtwo thing, and the Mewtwo versus Mega Mewtwo Y and X fighting here. And there's something about the Super Pokemon Mystery Dungeon right there. There you can see Zygarde right there. But like I said before, there is only the 50% form. Oh, never mind. We're going to go back there. I'm not sure what's going on with there. But if you look closely, you can see that this is only the 50% form here. And here it talks about more about the Zygarde cell stuff. We've pretty much already been over all this stuff here. There's more pictures of it, and there's like Pokemon themes. And here's the Core magazine I was just talking about, which is pretty interesting. This is how we get all of our information pretty early. Before it gets released in English or into America, whatever you want to say it. Just talking about this Pokemon Mystery Dungeon stuff. But like I said just a second ago, there is only the 50% form. We never seen the complete form until now, which is pretty exciting. We finally see a Pokemon. Is this the same thing? Am I clicking the same exact thing? Nope. So it looks like it's just covering Pokemon. What is it, Pokemon? What is that? Mystery Dungeon? Yeah, it seems like all these pictures just are Mystery Dungeon. But if you check out Cerebi. If you've never seen it before, check it out. They actually do a pretty cool Christmas thing on like every year, the 25 days of Christmas or whatever it is. I always like doing it and getting the free wallpapers that they have here. But what game are you excited about the most? We know for sure, like I said earlier, the Pokemon tournament has been announced. The Pokemon Go has been announced. Both of these are for 2016. But Pokemon X or Z is just a fan, like not a fan theory, but just a theory. We don't know if this is true or not. But with all this information about Zygarde coming out, I mean, I wouldn't see why it's not true. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different, like I said before. It wasn't actually about the TCG. It was more about just games in general, not like just all about VGC. I mean, we had the Pokemon Tournament, which is going to be on Wii U, Pokemon Go, which is on the smartphones, and we have Pokemon Z, which is going to be obviously on the Game Boys or the handheld devices there. But hopefully you enjoyed this video once again. Thanks for everybody for getting me to 2,800 subscribers. We're 200 away from 3,000, and that is amazing. But yep, hopefully you enjoyed this video once again. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.